After my clients have a heavy meal, they like to balance it by having something a little healthier, and that usually ends up being a hearty grain bowl. I always tell people it's easy to make meat taste good, but I think being able to make a bunch of vegetables taste good is a true sign of being a well-rounded chef. Their grain of choice is usually farro, so I get that boiling in a pot with salt and thyme and let it boil until tender. It's nice because it's almost impossible to overcook and will retain a nice chew. Our first component is roasted sweet potato, so I peel that, cut it into cubes, toss with olive oil, smoked paprika, curry powder, and salt before throwing it in the oven to cook. Grain bowls are great because it allows me to use up any vegetables that I have small amounts of, like these blanched green beans, so I'm just going to cut these up to use later. I think all grain bowls need some kind of sauce, so I grated a cucumber and combined with salt to pull out excess moisture to kind of make a pseudo tzatziki. Since most of the components are going to be hot for this grain bowl, I also like adding a cold crunchy component like a tomato cucumber salad. I marinate them in some shallots, sherry vinegar, grated garlic, salt, oregano, and olive oil. Some of y'all were mad that I removed the cucumber guts, but I stand by that decision and I'll do it again. Now that the grated salted cucumbers have sat a while, I push out whatever liquid that I can with a spoon and start on our yogurty cucumber sauce. Just yogurt, salt, parsley, chives, the grated cucumbers, olive oil, fresh lemon juice, and grated garlic. I would have loved to put some fresh mint and cumin in this, but sadly we were out. Once the farro is cooked, I just drain it and set that aside. I decided to saute those green beans in a bit of olive oil and garlic before tossing with the farro. Just more texture, flavor, and fiber added to our grain bowl. One of my favorite things to add to any grain bowl is feta cheese, specifically French feta. I find French feta to be milder, less salty and briny, and tangier, which I love. Let me know what kind of feta you think is superior. I decided the yogurt sauce needed a little bit more love, so I added sazon. The yogurt sauce just needed a little bit more oomph, and this was the key. Last thing before plating was adding cubed avocado to that cucumber tomato salad. A balanced grain bowl should have, obviously, a grain, plenty of fiber, some roasted vegetables, something hearty like sweet potato, squash, or meat, components to brighten it all up like a cold salad, otherwise it will feel a bit too heavy. And finally, some of that herby cucumber yogurt and feta for creaminess and tang. And to finish it up, just a bit of sunflower seeds for texture. A vibrant, healthy, hearty grain bowl that hits all the flavor and textural notes while leaving my clients feeling good. I hope they enjoy it.